Hey guys, I'm Jordan and you're watching Fixbook. After watching this video, your car problems stand about as much a chance as this laptop does against my hot lead. Now, make sure you stay tuned so you can see what happened to the laptop at the end of this video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. So today, I'm going to be showing you how to replace a thermostat on a 99 Toyota Camry. Okay guys, and the tools I used in today's video was a 10mm combination wrench, a deep 10mm socket with an extension and a 3/8 ratchet, a 1/4 inch ratchet, and a 10mm socket to go on there as well, along with the drain pan, and of course you also need some new coolant so you can replenish what was lost when you do the job. Okay guys, now the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to locate that thermostat. Now the thermostat housing, like you saw me come right here, it's going to be attached to this lower radiator hose. Your hose is right there. It's going to go in there. It's that aluminum housing, and there is your thermostat housing. So basically we got these two 10mm nuts we got to take off, and then we'll get to that replacement of your thermostat. And guys, before you jump right in this project, make sure you have a drain pan ready to catch the coolant that's going to leak out. And also, make sure the car isn't steaming hot when you do this project. You don't want steaming hot coolant spraying all over you. So make sure the car's had time to cool down, and that'll ensure a safe job. Okay guys, now once you've got your coolant catch pan in an adequate location, what we're going to do is we're going to start by removing these two nuts. They're 10mm, so I'm just going to reach right in here. Get that one off, and then for that other nut, I found the best way to get to was by taking a 1/4 inch ratchet and a 10mm socket. That way you'll be able to fit in there in that tight place. So I'm gonna go ahead and I've already got them most of the way off there, so I'll just take them off there with my fingers now. But I just want to show you it'll fit just like that. So now we'll go ahead and we'll just kind of wiggle this guy off here. Now the coolant is going to begin to drain. I'm gonna go underneath. Make sure my catch pan is catching all the coolant there, and you'll want to do the same. Now our thermostat is exposed. The next thing I'll do here guys is I'll go ahead and pull this guy out right like this, and I'll just kind of pull my thermostat out. He's kind of stuck on there, which is to be expected. So I'm pulling him out, and there we go. We can see I've got him out there. And now I'll go and get my new thermostat, and I'll show you what it's going to be like putting that guy. Okay guys, and the next thing we're going to do here is when we took this old thermostat off, we can see there's a gasket installed. Now with your thermostat, your new thermostat, you'll probably need to buy a thermostat gasket along with it separately. Sometimes the gaskets may come, but I know a lot of times the cheaper part stores make you buy them separately. So to install this, basically what we're going to do is you can see there's a ridge in there, and basically it just goes on right here. So we're just going to install our new gasket, and also just, you know, compare the two thermostats, make sure they look like they're the same thing. This one looks a little longer on the end. We're going to install it, and it should be okay. If not, we'll find out here momentarily. Okay guys, the next thing you want to do is right now you're looking at the surface of your thermostat housing, there where my finger's touching, and also the surface on the other side. These are two areas of concern. What you're going to want to do is make sure you clean these surfaces really well. If there's any gasket from before, you may want to take a razor blade and scrape it off. Just make sure the surfaces are really clean before we stick our new gasket on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We've got the new gasket right there. I'm just going to slip him on. Be really careful. It's a pretty delicate piece of material here, so I'm just going to slip him on. And it doesn't really want to go on there, but I guess it's a good thing. It's going to be a good tight fit. And there we go. I've got them pushed on. And there we go. So now I'll stick my new gasket on there. We'll stick this housing back here and bolt it back on, and we'll be good to go. Just make sure your surfaces are clean there. And here's just a second. Oh, after I dropped the thermostat. Alright, and I've retrieved my thermostat. And you don't see the gasket on right now because I'm pretty sure it's the wrong size gasket, so I'm going to have to go and get a new one there. But I'm going to go ahead and install this guy right here just to show you how to do it. You're just going to stick him in there just like you saw me do it. There's no particular way of how it necessarily needs to be done, but you're going to want to kind of hold them on there while you stick them in there, then get them right there, and you are going to want a new gasket on there. And I'm going to go ahead and get my nuts going. We'll start the nuts, and then we're going to fasten down our 2 nuts, and we're almost all the way home. There's going to be a way you're going to want to go about doing this. You're going to want to kind of fasten them down. First snug them both down, and then tighten them both down. Just make sure you do it evenly, because you want that gasket to set right. And also, it's aluminum stuff you're working with here, so just be careful. The stud may not be. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down here. The studs and the nuts are probably not aluminum, but the housing is, so you still may want to be a little bit careful there. I'm just going to run this guy down. There we go. And then take my 1/4-inch guy here and just get it worked on there. Alright, and I've got that one tightened. Now I'm just going to come over to this side. Gonna make sure I get him snugged all the way down. And once I've got him snugged down, I'm just going to do about a 1/4 turn. Snug, snug, and snug. And one more. There we go. Now that was about a 1/4 turn, because I took a bunch of about 10-degree turn. And that guy also is nice and snug right there as well. So guys, that's pretty much all there is to doing your thing there. Make sure to fill the coolant, your radiator level up nice and well too, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second as well. Okay guys, so here we are at your radiator cap area, and we're going to want to go ahead and fill, we want to replenish everything that kind of fell out there, so I'm just going to pour them on in there. And you want your water level to be right there at the top, and you can see it's at the top now, but it's going to kind of bubble, it's going to kind of settle down. You're going to want to kind of just let it settle down and then just fill it some more. And then once you get it to where it'll sit up there at top for a little while, then we'll go ahead and put the cap on, and then maybe a day or so later go ahead and take your cap off and you'll replace it again. We also have a coolant reservoir. We can go ahead and fill that, and it'll actually fill itself up over a period of time. But it is always good to make sure your radiator, the top of your radiator, water levels up at the top there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour them one more time here, and I've already let them settle once before I start filming again, so that's about good right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my cap on, and just make sure you don't leave out the steps. This is critical. So now I'll go ahead and start the car up, and I'm gonna see if that fixed my problem. And basically the problem we was having there is the water wasn't going through the radiator. The top coolant hose was getting hot, and the lower coolant hose wasn't getting hot. And basically what caused that is the thermostat will be stuck closed and won't allow the fluid to flow through the radiator, and you absolutely need that to be able to cool your car down. So I'll go ahead, we'll see if this fixes the problem.
Thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all my new videos, which publish Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Mountain time, 11 a.m. Central time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and I will see you then.